Hey guys, welcome to Nick Barron's calc project. So I was thinking, how am I going to present this project? It makes no sense. And then I was like, let's just show you what it's like to do what I'm going to do. So yeah, it's a little update. Just made some cookies. Just woke up from a 5-hour nap. Regretting not doing this a week ago, but it's fine. So we got cookies. All right, I'll go back to you. Cookies, got my tea. I was playing Wii. And we're good. We're getting there. Now, I know what y'all might be asking. Why did Nick do a vlog for his calculus project? Well, because I felt like it, Claire. Gosh, let a boy live his life. Okay, so we're gonna get set up over here. We're good. We're chilling. I'll be back. We'll see you in 5 minutes. All right, we're back. We're cooking. Getting Logic Pro. So, I don't know if you guys know what Logic Pro is, but it's basically one platform where you can produce music and junk like that, and tracks and whatever you want to do. I'm gonna open a new document right now because we're gonna make a new project. So that's how that works. Pretty simple. Don't overthink it. So yeah, we're making an audio track, and I'm gonna add some like bass and like guitar and like some piano. We're gonna make it vibey. I mean, like all unnecessary stuff. But what I'm gonna show y'all today is how I'm going to apply calculus to the making of this song, of this project. So it's gonna be great. So yeah, let's do it. Hey guys, so as you can see, I've already finished my essay. Mr. Divert, you are going to love this so much. It is very fun and exciting, but and it's also a fat 4 pages. Would you look at that? So I poured my heart and soul into this project. It means a lot to me, because I really love and care for calculus, so much. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you guys how I'm applying that to my music production. And what I'm going to do specifically, I'm gonna show you guys equalization and automation, how that works in the whole thing, and what's the purpose for it. All stuff I go into detail in the essay, and it's gonna be great. And how we use concepts like integration and derivatives, two very backbone concepts in calculus, to do that stuff. But first, we need something we're gonna do. We need a jingle, we need a song, we need a thing that we change somehow with these methods to make it better. So we got our jingle. I did e to the x and ln of x. So yeah, here I'm trying to remember how it goes. Okay, the derivative of e to the blob is e to the blob times chain rule. Everything's the same times chain rule. You can't forget that chain rule. I want that chain rule to like jet at you, chain rule. All right. Next one. I want this to be the same thing because they're really very similar, e to the x and ln of x. Because like, the derivative of ln of blob is ln of blob times chain rule. Everything is flipped times chain rule. So yeah, in both cases, you really gotta remember the chain rule, because in both cases, e to the x or e to the blob, whatever, you can also do the derivative of e to the blob is e to the blob. E to the blob is e to the blob times your chain rule. And ln of blob is 1 over blob times your chain rule. So the same thing. So you gotta really remember that chain rule, because that's really what got me every single time. So just thinking in the future what mess people up. So that's our jingle. I don't really care if you guys like it at this point. It's all I could come up with. And it is, what time is it? It is 11 o'clock at night. So not like we got a choice anymore. So let's get started. All right, almost there. We got our mic done, dude. The thing pulled up like was said, and I'm drinking my tea like I said. That's workflow right there. That's workflow. We'll see. See you back in like 2 seconds. All right, I think we're gonna skip a little like actual things, like with guitar and bass and all that junk, because this has got to be like 5 to 10 minutes, and I think I'm already cutting it close. So, just gonna give you little updates. Let's do it. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you. Why is this so zoomed in? What the heck? Look at that. She's purring. I've got to get back on that workflow. You're distracting me. You're so cute. All right, Bam Squad. I finished a very simple jingle. So yeah, let's listen to it real quick. Ah, it's so loud. Hold up. Let me not for a second. Let me not. Okay. We're chilling. All right, take two. Okay, very simple. Very simple. So what am I gonna do to make this more interesting? Well, first, I can do a couple of things. One thing is called automation. Now, automation is something I can do to the track to change different properties as a function of time. You know what I'm saying? Just like we did in calculus, as we change different things as a function of time, velocity, acceleration, position, whatever. I can change the pan, or whatever side this sound is coming from, over a function of time. I can change the volume over time. I can change the equalization, which we'll get to later. But I can do that. Let's say if I wanted to change the volume of the guitar from the end to the beginning. Now, personally for this project, I wouldn't really do anything like that, but let's say I did. I would create 2 points in this line, just like this. Hold on, let's see if I can, okay, cool. Can you see? Yeah, all right, so let's say I want them really loud here, plus 6 decibels, and I can bring them down at this slope here. Can move that point right there. So we know they're gonna be back to 0 by the time the measure starts. Actually, it doesn't really make sense because they're not playing yet. But here I'm gonna do another one right here so they can get back to 0 by the time that next measure starts. So they're really loud, and from this measure to this measure, in this span, they're going down 6 decibels. So we know the slope is going to be the rise over the run, y1, x2, x1. It's your average slope. In this case, that's also our instantaneous slope on the whole entirety of the point. We know that because the derivative does not change, so the derivative here is 6. Well, -6, actually. I can't do math. So this is significant because we know the extent to which this is changing over this time, which is important because we can then compare that to the rest of the instruments. Now, I don't have anything else changing right now, but if I did, that would be important. But let's just hear how that sounds. I need to turn this up. So did you hear how the guitar got really loud at the beginning and then got softer and softer as it went on? That's the beauty of automation. So that way musicians can add a completely new variety to the thing, and they're using calculus and they don't even know it, which I think is personally really cool. And also, if we haven't really, integration isn't as important here, but really you could also apply the concept of integration to this, because you can figure out how many decibels were, what the difference in decibel change, if you will, was covered over this time. And again, that's significant because you compare that to the rest, and that might not actually also be a better unit than just the sheer slope in comparison to others. So again, it all comes back together when you're thinking about the greater image of what you're trying to do. So yeah, let's talk about equalization for a second. Aight? Yo, I'm back. So this is the equalization field, or the channel EQ, for the vocal. Basically what an equalizer does is, this is our frequency spectrum, if you will. If this is 0, this axis right here, and this is our x-axis, if you will, from 20, 50, 100, 200 to 20K, this is the frequencies that we can hear with the human ear. I mean, honestly, once we get up here, it's even harder to hear. It's not really here. At this point, it's kind of like a screeching sound, if anything. But if you guys ever took physics, these are the frequencies that we can hear. and different frequencies mean different things. Like around here is where we actually kind of get more stable pitches, you know. This is where around 440 is where the pitch A is heard. This is like I talk about in my essay, because frequencies relate to pitch, etc., etc. But basically with the human voice, that kind of really stuff comes out here in the lower midsection. That's why this is boosted here. We have these curves up and down, just like this. This means that there was these frequencies were cut out so that the listener would not hear this stuff, and that would not go out into the feed. That frequencies from 50 to about 480, 90 are going to be boosted. So those frequencies are amplified so that we hear them better. Here we have from 500 to about 5K. I decided to bring them lower, probably even a little lower than that, so that the higher parts of my voice don't sound so juddy and so, like, you know what I mean, like so unpleasant. Up here it's really not that significant because again there's like screeching sounds. So, and that's only if I'm trying to do like experimental stuff. But the beauty of this is, as you can see, these are a bunch of curves on a line, and these are not linear like the ones over here or before. These are actually going to be non-linear curves, the stuff that we dealt with calculus. So the talk of integrals and derivatives are so much more important now. The slope changes at so many different points that there really isn't a clear instantaneous slope, but we can tell just how much frequency was like how much it was boosted or cut. These units right here, based on just like which ones on which spectrum and just by how much, just by taking the integral at any given point. And that's just for the same exact reason it's important, because by doing this and comparing it to other instruments, we can then form a picture in our head about how we can balance it with other instruments. Other way we can balance the vocal with the guitar and the bass and all that junk. So really, a musical producer does this on a daily basis, comparing the areas under the curves of all these little curves, just like that. They don't even know that they're taking the integral sometimes. And it's kind of funny, it goes, I didn't know either until I took this class, and I realized, wait, hold up. This is literally just taking the integral and understanding that, okay, so from this point, we have a far more boosted cut than this, and I can compare that to the acoustic, which has nothing, because we wanted to keep it flat. It's just, as you can see, I have a natural strum, just a natural strumming sound going on, so I can compare that and see exactly where I want my field to go. So, yeah. And now, because I hate that one, we're gonna make it sound beachy. Let's do it. That's a wrap. This, guys, good night. I'm tired. Let's go to bed. Let's go to bed. The derivative of e to the block is e to the block times chamber. E to the block times chamber. Everything's the same times chamber. Everything's the same. Everything is e to the block. That's this thing right here. Times chamber, which is fine. And everything